Okay, tubers, I am going to show you the parts of the violin inside and out. So we're going to start with the outside first, and I'm going to take this old fiddle I have right here. I'm going to change the camera angle, and look how beautiful that back is, even though she's got what we would call buckle rash in the guitar world, but just beat up old fiddle. This is a old German Hayden, probably early 1900s, and somebody tried to refinish the top. So let me change the camera angle. Okay, we have here an old German violin, and we're going to start off. This is the scroll. This is the peg box. These are the peg holes. This is the neck. Oops, sorry, you can't see that. This is the neck. Okay, ribs. These are the ribs all the way around. Then we have the back and the top. And then inside, which I will show you here in a minute, are the neck block, the corner blocks, and the end block. Okay? So, not the fingerboard. The fingerboard is considered an accessory because the fingerboard pops off. So those are the parts of the violin: is the neck, peg box, holes, or scroll, peg box, peg holes, neck, ribs, back, top, neck block, end block, corner blocks, and the bass bar, which is on the inside. Okay? Those are the parts of the violin. Everything else that goes on it is an accessory. So, if you have that, you have the basic violin. This violin without the fingerboard. Okay, then for accessories, we have the fingerboard. We have the pegs. And the pegs go in the peg box, just like that. We have the tailpiece. We have the end pin right here, the tailpiece hanger. The tailpiece hanger goes over the end pin and over the saddle, and the saddle sits here just like this, and then the tailpiece goes over, and the tailpiece holds the strings. Then we have the chin rest, and the chin rest usually sits right here. And then, let me remove these. Then we have the fingerboard, and this is the fingerboard. And the sound post. Now the sound post is essential for the violin to play. So even though it is removable, I would have to say that I messed up, and this is actually part of the violin. The sound post goes right about here on the inside. Okay, now I'm going to show you the inside of a violin. Oh, I forgot the bridge. The bridge is also essential to play, but it is considered an accessory, and it sits, the bridge sits right here on the F holes between the two notches, just like that. Okay, the inside of a violin, I'm going to start with the violin top. Now this is the inside of a violin top. Get it here so you can see some light. This is the bass bar, and it is on the bass side of the violin. The sound post goes on the inside right about there. So it would, if it'll stand up for me, it would sit right about there. Let me get the angle right, get the angle to dangle. She's not going to stand for me, but you see, she would sit right about there. And then this is the top. Some tops are 2-piece, some tops are 1-piece. This is a 2-piece top. Okay, so that is the top of the violin. This is the neck out of the violin. Again, you have the scroll. You have the peg box. You have the peg holes. You have the neck, the heel, and the dovetail. Right there. Then you have the back of the violin, the ribs of the violin, the neck block. Let's see if we can get a good angle here of it. That is the neck block. And then this is the end block. Now this violin does not have it. I don't have another violin with the top off that does. On a better quality violin, there are little wooden blocks in each of these corners that are called corner blocks. And that is the frame that you build your violin on, is the neck block, the end block, and the corner blocks. And everything runs on those 6 blocks to build this violin. That is, I would have to say, the skeleton of the violin. So, also on a violin, let's see if we can get a good shot of it. Let me zoom up. Oh, wrong way. There we go. See if we can see it here. Yeah, right there. This black line, right here, that is called purfling. And it helps to keep the violin top from cracking. And the purfling is cut less than a 1/16 of an inch apart from each other. There's 2 pieces of wood in there, and actually 3 pieces. And so you cut a groove, or 2 grooves, and fit these in. The inside groove is a little wider, and that has the 2-piece purfling with the white and the black, and then the outside one is thinner. And that is some cheaper violins. Oops, you can't see what my finger's doing. Some cheaper violins have painted on purfling. This has real purfling in it. So it is cut, I would say, a 1/16 of an inch deep. You work your purfling in, and that's not an easy cut to make, if you can see right around that. Keep turning this. That is not an easy cut to make, and it's done with a purfling knife. So, I had someone ask me about removing, let me take this back wide, I had someone ask me about removing a neck. So, let's say this is attached, and your neck is in here like it's supposed to be. What you want to do is you want to take a separating tool, which is a shim of wood, a shim of metal, and you want to loosen right here and right here. With the separating tool all the way over the neck block. And remember, the neck block is about a 1/2 inch or more into here. And then at the button, you also want to separate at the button, right there. Let me see if I get a better shot of that. Right here in the button you want to separate. And then if you can't always, but sometimes you can get between the neck joint and the rib, right there, where the neck joint and the rib meet up. And then, I'm going to change camera angle here. Wrong way. There. It's kind of wobbly. This is my little Japanese. I love this little thing. Okay. So then, in a standing position, with your less dominant hand, you want to kind of pin the fiddle with the fingerboard part of the neck facing you. You want to grab the neck and work it left and right and up and down, and keep working on it. It's going to crack, it's going to pop, it's going to make some noise. This is the tricky way to do it. And then the neck will come free, it will come up and out. Okay, for a beginner, I would recommend taking a separating tool, working all the way around the edge, at least halfway down, if not all the way, removing the neck, or removing the top, and then that way you're not going to crack your top when you separate this. But it's your call. I just wanted to let you know the gentleman who asked is a piano repairman that works on Baldwin pianos and other expensive grands. So that's what I've got, and I hope that helps everyone. Many blessings.